Well, we'll talk space news. Let me change up the title. I got to do it twice. We have to go do it on the YouTube side of things. All right. Guys, I will be back momentarily. I'm going to see if we can get the hangers. See if the hangers are around for the exhaust. I ordered ones that should be able to pick up on the factory hangers a little better. Yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I'll be right back here. Let me go up to the title card. I'll be back in 5-10 minutes. Here you go. We'll set us to starting soon, and I'll see you in a second. Whoa. Oh, 404, brain not found. Whoa, hey, oh, oh. Shen, what's up, dude? Yo, why is your brain not found? Do I want to know? Come here. Did that truck... Did that... Did that just happen? Shen, thank you very much for the raid. 404. Streamer not found. Bye. The box was empty. 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 The box was empty. Empty. The opposite of full. I'm not trolling, dude. Why would I make that up? Why would I make that up? Seriously, it was empty. It was not, there was nothing in it. Oh, wait, hold on. Update. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Amazon driver. The Amazon driver was like, she took the package out, she gave it to me, and she goes, "What's supposed to be in here?" I go, "Something metal," and she goes, "Nope, nope." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Open it." I open it, it's freaking empty. I'm like, I've never had that happen before. What was it? My exhaust hangers, damn it. For the 97. I just want to finish it so I can drive it. No, what was in the box? Nothing. Nothing. It was empty. Should I be upset about this, or? Oh, wait, hold on. Hello?
First of all, I just want to explain the story. Second of all, how much were they?
$12.
Alright, do you want to send me what you ordered, and I'll just order it from my Amazon account instead of trying to go through all their crap right now?
Yeah, okay.
Do you not have it?
Empty. Yep.
I got nothing other than tell me what you ordered and I'll order it again.
The opposite of full.
The opposite of full. You know, I just gave this man $3 more so I didn't have to watch ads either. What the hell?
It was full of air. I mean, okay. That's fair. But yeah, I'll let you know.
Well, do you have it handy? Because you could just send it to me now.
I don't.
If I just look for exhaust hangers, is it going to be what you want?
No.
Okay.
All right. I'll see ya. Bye. Love you too. Was it at least a good box? No, it was one of the. It wasn't even a box. It was one of those bubble wrap. It was the bubble wrap freaking thing. Oh, man. Oh, I've been trying to finish this truck exhaust for a week and a half. Oh well. It's kind of funny actually. Like I can't even be upset. She handed it to me. I'm like, She's like, "It's empty, isn't it?" I go, "It certainly feels like it." The package I was expecting to finish my 97 with the parts that I need was not there. It was empty. I've never seen that happen before. This package was not even closed. The tab to seal the envelope, like you pull it and you seal it, that wasn't a thing. Jeff heard you talking crap. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's empty. I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen before. Yeah. Yeah. Evening, what happened? I got my exhaust hangers, and the envelope was empty. Yeah. Yeah, it was empty. Empty. The opposite of full. I'm sending Brimo the link. I can't believe that. I've never seen that happen before. That was very strange. Jeff D. Bezer said no. Obviously, they missed. That's unfortunate. It's not a big deal. It's just that. Yeah, Brimo, how does that even happen? Nah, Ruin, this is definitely a mistake. The package wasn't even open yet. Anyway, Shenrir, thanks for the raid, buddy. I do appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I'd be annoyed. Why? Just one? Bree, you want to buy two? We can buy two. We should buy two. Go ahead. Buy two. Yeah. And then we'll... Yeah. Oh. Double or nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Space links, I guess. Oh, one of them is from Blue Origin. That's good. I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen before. You have Starship's front flaps. All right. It's not off topic. Let's go. And yeah, we'll... Where's the mouse? Okay, I got all the links. Amazon left us hanging. It's my wife. Okay. Love that background. Good job. Thanks, Jens. Right on. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm in mission control. I don't know if you knew that. Batman is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. Yeah, I just... It's very strange. Starship FAA news. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Let's talk about space, baby. I got my chat and me. Let's talk about it. How long did it take you to set up that background? I don't remember, to be 100% honest with you. Flip up! Hey! 29 months. Okay, that is... I can't even, like, what? All right. Stuff's, it's empty. That is, yeah. Hermes news or Hermias? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's super funny.
Go and throttle up.
Hermias news is cool. All right. All right. Here. Let me The sun has farted again. Yeah, I already have that. Dude. I'm sorry, that's just real weird that happened. I can't believe that. Can't make that up. All right. Question, how do you handle back pains for sitting up for long periods? Just started internships that needs me to stay at a desk for 8 hours. My back is going to explode. Stand up straight, good posture. Just... All right. Yep. Okay. All right, what do you got here? Hey, headphone users. Headphone users, we're starting Space News. Let's go. ArcSign with the 33-monther. Headphone users. When possible, take walking breaks. That's right, program. Yep. That's nice. Oh. Oh. Hey. Hey. Oh. That's pretty neat. Cool. Cool. That was pretty sweet. So that was tested. That was a Pratt & Whitney F100. So if I'm remembering an F100, isn't that a F16 engine? The pre-cooler increases the max speed of the turbine engine by lowering the temperature of the incoming air. Dude, it's got a pre-cooler on it. That's awesome. So what's that? F15? There you go. That makes more sense. New jet engine for an SR-71, something like that. Will it fit in a Miata? Oh, yeah. It'll pull right up. Salute. Off topic, but how do you find motivation? I'm really struggling currently. I can't bring myself to study dumb crap that I deem useless to me and is 10 seconds of Google away from me. Anyway, like it's a legit problem that I'm staring at my screen. My brain is incapable of taking the information. Yeah, I've been there. Hey, or not. Adderall. I mean, Magnus, you're not wrong, but no. I mean, how do you do it? So I'm basically parroting Jocko Willink, but dude, you don't rely on motivation. Motivation sucks. Are you gonna be happy all the time? You gonna be sad all the time? You gonna be anxious all the time? No. So what the hell makes you think you're gonna be motivated all the time? Discipline is what fixes that problem. That is not easy to do. It's something that takes time. Salia, what are you having trouble with specifically? Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. What's going on? I have some white beard hairs. Can we go back to the standard def camera, boys? Can we go back to the low def camera so you can't see my freaking white beard hairs? Can we do that, please? Jeez. Mostly literature, but anything that can be Googled in about 10 seconds. No, you're old. I'm gonna need an avatar soon. We gotta compile all the footage of me over the years and find the youngest footage of me over the years, and then just, enhance that and then make an avatar of 24-year-old me. You know what's messed up? That's like actually a thing that you could do. Anyway, my brain is like, why would you want to remember this stuff? You don't need to remember this. What are you trying to memorize, and what is it for? Can you continue this advice on not using motivation? Sure, Foxtrot. It's so I can get a stupid piece of paper, truthfully. That paper is something that you can leverage to make a absolute metric ton of cash. Think of it as paying your dues. Everybody has to do it. What's your degree, Celia, if you don't mind me asking? I think I've asked you before, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, Foxtrot, I'll talk to you more about that in a second. I mean, it really depends, Weather Guy. I would contend to say that it depends. It very much depends on what you're trying to do. That very, very, very much depends. You want to be an aerospace engineer? Guess what? I hope you're good. I hope you're good at homework. You want to be an aerospace technician? You don't need no college degree for that. You don't even know how to speak English good to do that. Currently trying to finish high school 2 years later so I can go study stuff I actually like. Oh, you're still in high school? Okay. So I'm not trying to be a jerk. This is the easy part. You want to go do AE, you want to go do mechanical engineering, you want to do any type of engineering, any type of engineering, you're going to need a degree. And guess what? That's something in life. You're gonna. I mean, that once again, I'm parroting Jocko, but you're gonna have to do things that you don't want to do. You're gonna have to. That's just life, man. You're gonna have to do things you don't want to do. Do you think I want to go call Amazon customer support about my stupid exhaust hangers right now? Do you think I want to do that? I don't want to do that. But that's not gonna get me my stupid exhaust hangers. You know what I mean? I think you need an A&P though to be an aerospace technician. A technician is not a mechanic. Not A&P is different than aerospace technician. So here's the thing, dude. You finish high school in Italy at 19, by the way. We finish at 18. I wish mechanical engineering was as easy as high school. Yeah, dude. I know exactly where you're coming from. It's hard to, dude, you're, like I said, you're going to have to do things you don't want to do. Maybe things you don't think that you should have to do. Right? Like, that's That's Jocko's advice to a T. And that Jocko's advice actually helped me a lot a long time ago, probably like through the thick of the pandemic. That's how I was able to come in here and put on a happy face. I do that almost every day, dude, you know? Here. Actually, I'll link you the video, but yeah, dude, like, you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do. Like, dude, and I hate to be a jerk. It's just gonna get worse from here. Like, it's just gonna get worse. Just because your brain doesn't deem it as necessary doesn't mean it isn't. You need to get that work done. You need to get through. You need to wade through the bullcrap to get to the stuff that you want. Right? You have to. I want to go study multimedia, do practical stuff. Remembering about Unamuno's works. Unamuno's works means nothing to me. Sorry for the Spanish in chat. Hey, don't worry about it. De nada. It's fine. Wait a minute, you did just Spanish? Spanish is easy, man. You speak Italian, it's easy. It's the same, it's almost the same thing. I know it's not the same thing, I get it, but it's just a joke if you know Italian already. If you know any of the Romance languages, it's easy peasy. But yeah, dude, okay, so honestly, you're not... All right, to get back to what I was talking about. So, and this rope, Foxtrot, listen up. Guys, you shouldn't rely on motivation to get things done. That is, honestly, it's some of the best advice I've ever heard. Ever. You're untouchable when you're motivated, right? But that doesn't happen all the time. You can't rely on that every day to get you through stuff. That's not how that works. It's just not going to work that way. And motivation is just an emotion, right? That it's really what it is. Don't rely on motivation to get things done. That's a really bad idea because it comes and goes, just like any other emotion. You're not going to be sad every day. You're not going to be happy every day. What makes you think you're going to be motivated every day? Right? Learning that and understanding that was some of the best advice I've ever been given, ever, by a long shot. Yeah, learning how to learn, Salyut, is the real important part, dude. But you gotta, sometimes you just gotta put your nose to the grindstone, dude. You have to. You just have to. That's just part and parcel. Like, once again, do you think I want to go talk to Amazon customer service about $17 exhaust hangers? Not really. I don't really want to do that, but I'm going to, right? My insurance company's been up my tail about missing payments. I have not missed a payment. You think I want to go fix that mess? Nope, but I have to. Because they're going to cancel my insurance, even though they don't know how to do math correctly. Like, it's annoying, right? I have way bigger fish to fry than dealing with my idiotic insurance company and the fact that they can't do math correctly. It's, what are you going to do? It's not a clerical error because the money ain't in my bank account anymore. You know what I mean? Like, this is the day-to-day stuff that you guys don't see from me. Like, I have to do this. I'm just a normal person. You think I just come here and play video games all day? I mean, I kind of do, but you get the idea. You know? Sorry for derailing the stream. Don't worry about it. It's all good. No problem. I'll always stop and talk about this stuff if somebody needs it. It's important. It's important because, dude, I never learned how to learn right. If somebody had told me this when I was in high school, I'd be working for SpaceX right now. You know what I mean? Well, not space. You know what I mean, right? Can't say anything with certainty like that. But, you know, if someone told me, like, look, man, you don't like this stuff. Guess what? When you get to aerospace engineering or whatever you want to do, right? You know, the second you hit something that's raw, that you don't like in that particular field that you do like it, you're not going to want to do it. Dude, just get it done. Just get it done. Where are you going? What do you have to lose? Like, what are you going to do? Test out? You going to test out of the grade? No. Just get it done, dude. Just do it. Like, the time, like, I got so frustrated with myself that I would try to talk myself out of doing things that I just, it's just easy. Just go get it done. Just go get it done. And yeah, that insurance story is not bullcrap. Like, my insurance company's been emailing me like incessantly almost every day and calling me every day. They're like, hey, you owe us like $500. I'm like, nah, no, I don't. No, I don't, because I paid you $500 this week. Like, yep. I don't. Like, do you want to see my bank statement? Like, but now, I got to go unscrew that mess. It's not even my problem. That's their problem. But hey, whatever. No, it's not State Farm. It's local. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, so the point is that, like, school is a very good teacher about teaching. High school is a very good thing about teaching you about stuff you don't want to do. That's life, homie. Kids nowadays say like, oh, I never learned how to do this at school. I never learned how to do this at school. You know what school's really good at? School is really good at getting you to do stuff that you don't like to do. But yeah, okay, so going back to discipline and stuff. So how does discipline help? How can you do that? How do you do it? All right, so there's no one way to do it. There's many ways, and I don't know, whatever way is going to work for you, right? So don't rely on motivation. Motivation is not going to get you anywhere. It should be complementary to discipline, all right? So like I'm going to sound like a big old authoritarian boy up in here. What are you doing? Are you whacking off in my tool shed again, boy? No. This is a really old school way to do things. Everybody learns differently. I understand that. If you're a freaking meathead like me, this way is a pretty good way to do it. So, all right. It's taken me a long time to get this right. You're not going to do it overnight. It's really hard. So, when I stop the stream, I have a routine. And when I start my day, I have a routine. And I stick to it. No questions asked. No, nothing. If I get a big enough of a curveball, you adapt, right? But here, let me start at the beginning. So I wake up. I wake up the same time every day. It does not matter what day it is. I try to wake up at the exact same time every day. I try to wake up at 8:30, somewhere in there. Every single day, no questions asked. You might seem like, dude, why would you wake up at 8:30 on a Saturday or a Sunday? Because it's about building habits, all right? That's how you build discipline. Habits build discipline easily, right? And then, like, that was my thing. Just do that every day. I started doing it right about a year ago, right? Like, yeah, give or take. And I have a routine every day, no matter what. Every day, I get up, I take a shower, I brush my teeth, I go into the shower, I listen to music in the shower, and I only listen to 2 songs. So pick 2 songs that you're feeling and listen to them, and then you're done. Out of the bathroom after 2 songs, right? I'll admit sometimes it gets to 3, but whatever. It depends. But point is, don't spend 45 minutes in the shower staring at the wall, right? I do that enough during the day, right? So after that, I go downstairs. I get clean clothes. If there's clothes that need to be washed, I wash them. That doesn't happen a lot. I have a lot of clothes. My mom just keeps buying me clothes. I don't know why. I'm 36, but hey, whatever. Hi, Mom. Yeah, I have too much clothes. You don't need to buy me anymore. Okay. So, make sure I get clean clothes, right? And then I make my bed. I make my bed every single day. That started as a joke on stream. I make my bed every single day. I've made my bed every single day for at least a year. And I'm not talking like split the covers. I'm talking like get the sheets right, fold it, no creases, nothing. Make my bed. We have throw pillows in the bedroom. I put it all back together. Fold the blankets up. Every day, no questions asked. After that, I open up the shades in my bedroom. And then I'm out and ready to start the day. All right? I don't smell like a dumpster. I have clean clothes on. My bed is made. I brushed my teeth. Nice and clean. Now you start the day. Now you go get food. And then from there, I go like that right there gives you the right mentality to tackle the day. That's it. Like, go get a cup of coffee. Sometimes I go to I've been going to Dunkin' a lot lately, but that just became part of my routine. I go to Dunkin', I get a coffee and hash browns every day. They know me there. They know me at my local Dunkin'. I'm the 3 hash brown guy. Okay. I walk in, hey, 3 hash browns? Yep. Okay. Now, see, here's the thing. This took a while to get this right. It took a while to build this routine. But do I want to make my bed every day? Do you think Brimo cares? Brimo doesn't care. I don't make it for that reason. Like, because at some point you're just gonna have to say, I gotta do this. I have to. Do I want to make my bed every day? No. Do I need to take a shower every day? It's not like you have smell-o-vision. Do I need to take a shower every day? No, absolutely not. Like, if we're gonna be really real, no. Do I need to have clean clothes every day? No. But I still do it. I still do it. Because if you just, you at some point, dude, you just got to draw a line in the sand. I got to do this. I have to. I have to do it. I don't like to do it, but you have to do it. You have to. I'm 36, all right? I mean, you're 18, 19, you can get away with it, right? Like, like that's weird, not like being 30. Like when you're 18, like, oh, I didn't take a shower today, bro. All right, bro. You know, like when you're 36, it's just sad. You know what I mean? So at some point, dude, you want to build discipline. You have to draw a line somewhere. You have to draw a line somewhere, right? It could be arbitrary, I suppose, but you know, I started this routine a year ago with just, I'm going to get up at the same time every day. So I started setting my alarms. Look. Actually, it's funny. I was about to say I started setting my alarms. I have one at 8 right there. And then I have one at 9. Now, if you notice, they don't say Sunday because originally I was like, I'll take one day to sleep in. But guess what? Sunday rolls around, up at 8:30. That's just kind of how that happened, right? So I have this routine that I do, right? And this routine puts you in the right mindset. Now I just make my bed automatically. It's not even a thing. Like my brain doesn't even consider it like, I got to do that now. It's just, I zone the frick out and I think about what I'm doing today, and then the bed is made. And then sometimes I zone the frick out and I have hash browns and coffee in my hand, which is pretty sweet. Just do it automatically. You just got to start somewhere and you got to draw a line. You say, I'm going to get up every day, right? And then build a routine, because guess what, man? You're going to be doing things that you don't want to do more than you're going to be doing things you do want to do. Okay? It's the truth. It sucks. But if you're doing the same thing that you want to do, if you're just doing what you want to do all the time, every day, right? Like, then the stuff that you like doing is going to get old. It's going to get old. You sitting there doing this homework that you don't want to do and getting it done is going to make, when you get to the point where you're doing stuff that you do want to do, it's going to make it that much sweeter. It's going to make it that much better because you have that perspective, right? What's in the can? Nothing. I drive to Dunkin' via muscle memory. I did it today, Hellfish, for sure. Yep. Yeah, right after I made my bed, pulled up the shades of my bed, I got my keys, phone, wallet, keys, just like everybody. Phone, wallet, keys. Phone, wallet, keys. Drove right to Dunkin'. Did it automatically. Yep. What you get in your high 60, it hurts to just get out of bed. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, that would suck, Charles, but like I said, if you build up discipline, it's a good way to combat motivation, because you're not going to be motivated every day. You're not going to be. That's the reality of the situation. Once again, this is some of the best advice I've ever gotten from anywhere. Like, save for maybe my dad regarding certain things. Like, this advice is the best. The funny thing is that my dad used to tell me this all the time, and I used to ignore him because I was like, I know more than you. But that's not the truth. That's not the truth. You know, like take the welding the other day. Like, you know, in an ideal world, I'd be welding my exhaust hangers right now. That'd be great. So I could go drive my truck and use it to do truck things, right? Dude, I know nothing about welding. I know nothing about it. I'm not good at it, but I still put myself out there because, you know, like, whatever. Yeah, some people gave me crap, but most people didn't, you know? I want to learn a new thing. I don't mind doing it in front of people. That's fine. And if I screw up, well, guess what? That's the way she goes, man. But I know that if I keep doing it and I keep practicing, I'll get better at it. And eventually people will be like, oh, damn, man, that's a really nice weld. I know we'll get to that point. You just got to keep doing it. But, you know, once again, telling your brain that you have to do it every day it's really hard. That's a really hard thing to do. Lady Warrior, date for the IFT4? Probably mid-June, if I had to guess. You know, like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So, like, how does this pertain to what we're talking about? Your ego. Your ego. Right now, you think you're above this work. You think that I don't need to do this. I could just Google this. I don't need to do this. Why do I need to learn this? Well, guess what? Guess what? You don't know better. You're 18. Just shut the fuck up and do the work. Okay? Seriously, you don't know better. Take your ego, throw it out the door. You have no idea how the world works. Trust me on this one. And the second you get it into your head that, dude, guess what? You're going to be doing stuff you don't want to do a lot. You're going to be doing it a lot. You best be getting used to it. That doesn't mean you have to take it sitting down, you know what I mean? But guess what, dude? You're going to have to. Everybody does. You know? Like when I was 18, I thought I knew more than everybody else. Guess what? You know nothing. Just go get the work done, dude. Trust me. You'll thank me later. Shut the stream off. Go do the work, please. Like, you know, it sucks. It sucks that our brains work like this, but that's the truth. It's the truth, man. Like, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it, dude. You got to get this work done. No one will hire you if you don't have at least a high school diploma. No one's going to hire you. No, nobody. You're not finding a job nowhere. I just love staying up late. Intentionally sleeping early does only work if I do like 1 to 2 hours of workout. I absolutely hate getting up. Yeah, Kinder, that's fair. You know, it just troubleshot our dead riding mower, found it blew the transmission, apparently decided to die sitting over the top of some poison oak. Damn, Animad. Yeah. So, like, oh, it says, thank God for carpet floor. Yeah, I mean, tell you, how do you stay motivated? How do I stay motivated? How have I done this? Every day, almost. Well, not every day, you know what I mean? Like, for a decade, because I come in here to, like I have to. You got it. It's your job. I don't want to be bad at my job. Screw that. Why would you do that? Right? You know? Bills will keep you motivated. Paying bills sucks. I would argue that homework is way easier. At least homework doesn't cost you money. Kids keep you motivated for sure, Scream. Yeah, I mean, the point is that, I mean, yeah, keep you motivated, that's fine, you know, like, so you just, like, I know it sucks, dude. I can empathize. I was there, dude. I was 18 once, a long time ago. And I didn't like doing it either. But, dude, I'm telling you, like, the second you just tell yourself, like, look, this sucks, but you got to get it done. You have to do it. Like, you have to. You got to get it done. You want to do what you want to do? Guess what, dude? It's only 2 years of your life. You know, God willing, you live 70, 80, 90 years old. 2 years is nothing. It's nothing. Dude, I remember when I graduated high school, I was like, oh man, I'm so old, dude. High school, like I made it through. It's so cool. Like, you know, man, what do I do now? Like, oh, we've peaked. We're good to go. No, high school is nothing. That is an insignificant part of your life. You know what I mean? Like, comparatively to your entire lifespan, dude. Just go and get it done, dude. Seriously, just go get it done. It sucks. It's boring. It's a pain in the butt, but you got to. Yeah, Charlie, there you go. I'd kill to be 18 again. Yeah. Thanks for the advice. I'll keep tight. Throw your ego out the door, dude. You don't know better. And honestly, the hell with motivation, that doesn't help you. That won't help you when you need to get through stuff that's difficult. Okay? Just get it done, dude. Trust me, you can do it. You can do it. And here's another thing, just on a different poignant thought, I suppose. Look, the harder something is to do, the more fulfilling it usually is. Not because it is easy, but because it is hard, right? The more difficult something is, usually means it's fruitful. Usually means that it pays off. Usually. I mean, sometimes there's no guarantees in life, right? But it usually does. Guess what, man? If this hard task that you come into wherever you choose to go in life, if this hard task is going to, if it's difficult, guess what? It's difficult for a reason. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You know what I mean? Find people that will hold you accountable. That definitely helps, Fish. Having a good environment like that definitely helps, dude. But yeah. People ain't gonna be there for you all the time, dude. They're not gonna be there for you all the time. Yeah, choose the hard path, Willie. That's right. Here. I know this is from a interesting YouTube channel, all right? But once again, this video is very... Salute, I'll link you up this video. It's Jocko. It's the guy that I'm talking about here. And once again, I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like these are my original ideas. I learned this from him. Here. You want to get fired up? You want to start building discipline? This is a good video. I don't know if we should show the whole damn thing, but once again, I know the channel is, for some, might not be the best channel, right? But here. There you go. Guys, click on that. Once again, so it's from a YouTube channel called PragerU, which is a little bit on the right-wing side of things politically, but that particular video is amazing. That sums up exactly what Jocko's about in 5 minutes. Trust me, listen to it. He talks about the same stuff that I talk about, you know what I mean? Reading any books? I have not been reading lately, Floating, no. Developers. Yes. Yeah, Lunprod, I saw it. Not gonna give them the view. Yeah, whatever, dude. I mean, okay. It's like a fraction of a penny, dude. But it's worth it, I'm telling you. Like, I don't care where the source came from, dude. It's the information that I care about. But anyway, yeah, Jocko is a former U.S. Navy SEAL. He actually served with Johnny Kim, the astronaut, the doctor, combat medic, Navy SEAL, astronaut, Johnny Kim. Yeah, he served with him. So, yeah, Impy, that's just a precursor. I don't. Without getting too far into that conversation, I don't want to have that conversation. That info with Jocko on that video is good. It's good. It is good. They're good life lessons. It's agnostic of spectrum, of political spectrum. It's just good advice. Yeah, Scream, exactly. Trust me. Salute, I want you to watch that video. I want you to watch it. That video had a very profound effect on how I operate. You know, because in the middle of the damn pandemic, dude, it was tough, man. It was hard. I was streaming 16 hours every day. 16 hours. That was not easy to do. But building good habits and building discipline is how I did it. And that's how I still operate to this day. That routine. I've made my bed every single freaking day. Dude, you want to hear something cringe? I made my bed when we were in Rome. When we were in the hotel, I made my bed every day. I did not change my habit just because I'm on a different continent. That's stupid. That's a great way to fall out of a good habit. Not doing that. Could you put the link up in Discord? Sure. Oh, there you go. Program helping your parents and retiring at least comfortably keeps you motivated. Good call, dude. Good call. Here, I'll throw it into I don't know. I'll just put it in general. It's fair. Yeah, Dean, it's just in general. Trust me. Like, I get it. Whatever you think about that YouTube channel, dude, that info is good. Trust me on this one. I would not steer you wrong. Because one thing that I never do on here is I don't try to steer people's political opinions in one way or another. I see people do that all the time, and I still think to this day, a decade later after doing this, that's cringe. You know what I mean? I try to teach good lessons, and I try to give people the advice that they need to hear. You know what I mean? I don't need more people being left or right or whatever. I don't care. There's just, there's that, and then there's good advice. Good advice is agnostic of political spectrum. Trust me. Hold yourself accountable. Throw your ego out the door. Build up some build up some good habits. These are something that anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who you like, doesn't matter who you vote for them, and none of that crap matters. Trust me, this is about you. Exactly, Scream. Yeah, that's the other thing I never try to do. The only time I go off the rails, man, I'll be honest with you, the only time I go off the rails is when we're talking about spaceflight policy. Because it pisses me off, dude. That is the only time. I say often, I actually haven't said it in a little while, but I used to say it pretty often on the stream. I have an agenda. My only agenda is giving NASA more money so they can go further into space. That's it. That's all. Or SpaceX. I don't care. Whatever. Just give more money. Let's go. Anyway, I don't mean to be preachy. Sorry about that. This only comes up when people ask me. Do you hear Toyota is coming back to the Econo truck market next year with a new model, the Stout? Yeah, are they making that? Are they making that here? I don't make my bed every day because I'll mess it up later. It's not about messing it up. It's about building good habits. Toyota Stout 2025. Everything you need to know. That looks like a Ford Maverick. That looks like a Ford Maverick. That's a Ford Maverick. Bro, this is not difficult. This is not difficult, okay? Look. Toyota, once again, Toyota has it right, to be 100% honest with you. Here. Here. Look. That. See that right there? See this? That. Just make... Look, I don't understand why it's so damn difficult. Just make that. Just make that. You'd sell a bajillion of those things. What's your thoughts on Isuzus? I don't know too much about Isuzus, to be honest with you. Also, I just... This thing. Look, here. Oh, God. It's just an embedded image. If I wanted to look at your stupid article, I would look at your stupid article. Just let me look at the picture. Thank you very much. That right there. Just make that. That's all you got to do. Just make that. Just make that. You know how many people would buy that? It is 4 wheels, a steering wheel, an engine, some seats, and a flatbed. That's it. It's leaking. Hey, whatever. It can leak. That's fine. Look at how well the Ford Maverick is selling. Yeah, that's true. No infotainment. No. No, nothing. Toyota can't sell it here. They can't sell it here because chicken tax, because it would screw up the market of those $100,000 SUVs with a 6-foot box on the back. We can't do that. You know how much that truck is? Brand new? $10,000. $10,000. Brand new from the factory. That's it. Do you know how many people would buy this? What market is it for? People who want a utility vehicle and not a $100,000 SUV with a pickup bed on the back. Like, man, I love trucks just as much as the next person, but look. This right here, see that? That's not a truck. That is an SUV with a pickup bed. It's a sport utility vehicle with a pickup bed. Also, it's parked way too close to the intersection because New York. That's an SUV. I'm sorry. It's an SUV. It's an SUV with a pickup bed attached to the back. That's not a truck. That ain't no truck. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? See what I mean? That is everything that a truck isn't. It's a freaking luxury vehicle. Ridiculous. That reminds me of Australian utes. Yeah, that's right. Every contractor would buy all of them. Yep. I'm playing workers, but can you explain the difference between a tram and a metro? A tram is light rail that goes above ground. A metro is a subway. Your face is a luxury vehicle. Oh. I'd buy that just to transfer stuff. Yeah, man. Man, just like, the Mavericks are selling real good, and I'm super happy that Ford's smart enough to make a car that people want. Like, some automakers have a lot of trouble with that. So some automakers have real trouble with that, making a car that people want. That's yeah. What's happening with Starliner? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Trust me on this, so you don't want to know. All right, fine. We'll start space news. Sorry about that. Yeah, it turned to me kind of ranting there for a second. But yeah, Sally, just get it done. Stop being a little bitch. Just get it done, please. I'm going to check back with you. You don't understand. You told Mr. Strimmerman about what you need to do to get done. You know, now I'm going to get up your tail about it. I hope you get it done. Because every time I see you in here, I'm going to ask you. And go ahead. You can lie to me if you want. I don't care. You're only hurting yourself if you do. Long drink, in case anybody was asking. Anyway, let's see what we got. NASA's Boeing crew flight test eyes next launch opportunity. NASA, Boeing, and ULA teams continue working remaining open tasks in preparation for the agency's crew flight test to the International Space Station. The teams are now targeting a launch date of net 4:43 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, May 21st. Is that freaking Memorial Day? Oh, no, it's the 27th. Okay, good. Memorial Day is never on a Tuesday. That's good. I didn't know if it was a Tuesday. Oh, yeah, it says it right there. I read it. Okay, cool. Sweet. Anyway, moving on. Good, it's not. On May 11th, the ULA team successfully replaced a pressure regulator valve on the oxygen tank on the Atlas V rocket's Centaur upper stage. The team also performed repressurization and systems purges and tested the new valve, which performed normally. Starliner teams are working to resolve a small helium leak detected in the spacecraft service module, traced to a flange on a single reaction control system thruster. Helium is used in spacecraft thruster systems to allow thrusters to fire and is not combustible or toxic. Yeah. I already read this. I'm not going to lie to you. It hurts to read it again. For what it's worth, I did my English and Spanish exams today. Went well. Math and Italian tomorrow. Thursday, it's law and sociology. Yeah, closing the stream now. You need sleep. Go get some sleep. Trust me. You got this. And now I'm going to ask you every time. Pronto, signori. Avanti. Let's go. Andiamo. Go to bed. NASA and Boeing are developing spacecraft testing and operation solutions to address the issue. As part of the testing, Boeing will bring the propulsion system up to flight pressurization just as it does prior to launch, and then allow the helium system to vent naturally to validate existing data and strengthen flight rationale. Mission teams also completed a thorough review of the data from the May 6th launch attempt and are not tracking any other issues. On the other hand, it would be hilarious when the astronauts get interviewed. No? Oh boy. Atlas and Starliner remain in the vertical integration facility at Slick 41 at the Cape. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams are still in pre-flight quarantine, returned to Houston on May 10th to spend extra time with their families as pre-launch operations progress. The duo will fly back to Kennedy in the coming days. I have questions. All right. We're going to shift gears into spaceflight here for a second. Something like that, Ernak, right? And now onto something completely different. And now for the next interview, we're cutting over to Tickle Me Elmo on the International Space Station after docking. Now I'm kind of curious as to how Starliner systems work. And forgive me here, but helium usually doesn't make its way to the thrusters. Usually, with a pressure-fed hypergol system, you have a helium tank that's bladder pressurizing your fuel and oxidizer tanks, and those are the ones that go to the thruster. Helium is used in the spacecraft thruster systems to allow the thrusters to fire and is not combustible or toxic. Yeah, but... What? What? This sentence makes my brain hurt. You know, all right, see, here's the thing. You hear what I just said? What I just said. Helium is used as in pressure-fed hypergolic systems, okay? What is a pressure-fed hypergolic system? So you have your helium tank, right? You have 2 helium tanks, or you could have one. It depends on the spacecraft. That helium tank has 2 pneumatic lines that go to 2 other tanks. One of them is full of monomethylhydrazine, and the other one is full of nitrogen tetroxide. Now, if those made no sense, basically those are 2 chemicals that are really bad for you, like really bad for you. Like you touch it, you die. Like I think I would rather drink mercury than inhale NTO, to be honest with you. You shouldn't do any of those things. Those are all bad for you. Anyway, so you have your NTO and MMH tanks, right? The helium inside of the tank is kind of like a balloon, right? And the helium goes into the space between the outside of the balloon and the outside of the tank, or the inside of the tank. And that squeezes the balloon, right? It pressurizes the system. So now you have monomethylhydrazine and nitrogen tetroxide finding their way pressurized, being back pressurized by helium to your reaction control system thrusters. Okay, and then all a reaction control system thruster is a little tiny rocket engine that's about this big, maybe about the size of a beer can or something, right? And it looks like a rocket engine. You know, you have your combustion chamber, your throat, and your nozzle, right? And then there's just 2 solenoids on top, similar to a fuel injector on a car. And when you want the RCS to fire, you command an electrical signal to open up the solenoid. It sprays the fuel in. When monomethylhydrazine and nitrogen tetroxide hit each other, they explode. When they atomize, they pop, right? It's a very simple system, which is why we use it despite the propellants being so toxic, right? So, with that being said, it's funny that they made it a thing here to say that helium is used in spacecraft thruster systems to allow thrusters to fire and is not combustible or toxic. That makes it sound like the RCS is using helium. It's not using helium. What the helium back pressurizes and shoots out the actual thrusters can kill you. It's funny that they made it a thing to say that it's not. What the actual frick is going on here? That's not true at all. What's wrong with you? That's completely wrong. Bro, what are you doing, Boeing? Stop it. Well, okay. That sounded funnier in my head. What are you doing, Boeing? That sounded funnier in my head before I said it, but also... Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Not good news for Starliner. Helium leaks. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good, bros. That's not good at all. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's yeah, so the launch is delayed until the 17th. Yeah, that is not good. I'll say it once, I'll say it again regarding Starliner. I don't think Starliner is a bad design. I really don't. Really don't. Like, I can say that with full honesty, and I know people are going to be like, what, guy? What did you just say? Or 21st. Yeah, sorry. The 21st, not the 27th. 27th is Memorial Day. Sorry. I still think Starliner is a good design. I really don't think it's too bad of a design. It's not bad. The entire Starliner program reeks of inexperience. Reeks of it. This whole thing reeks of inexperience. And once again, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, it's your first time making a spacecraft. Boeing's never made a spacecraft before. They've bought companies that have, but they've never made one themselves. Boeing makes stages historically. Saturn V first stages, shuttle external tanks, SLS cores. They don't make spacecraft. And guess what, guys? Just because you can make a first stage to a rocket or a core stage to SLS doesn't mean you can make a spacecraft. Spacecraft are way more complicated. And believe me, the SLS core stage is absurdly complicated. It's a 4-engine space shuttle tail section that's glued to the bottom of an external tank. It's not glued, it's bolted. And it's not an ET, it's actually a little bit longer than an ET to take into account for the 5-segment boosters. Point is, I know what it is. It was a little bit of hyperbole on my part. So, I think this whole thing reeks of inexperience. It reeks of inexperience because no, Boeing's never made a spacecraft before. Ever. Never done it. They've operated spacecraft that other companies that they have acquired have engineered. I think that everything that we're seeing here reeks of learning it for the first time because that knowledge is not there. And I don't think that's necessarily, I mean, here, I'll be honest with you. That happens. It happens. Every aerospace project no aerospace project nowadays is ever on time. What one is, right? But, you know, people like holding Elon's feet to the fire. Boeing said this capsule would launch in 2017. Yeah. After 3 years of development. Yeah, Kinder, that also could be a thing, for sure. That was a lot of next years ago. Yep. So, look, man, 2017, it ain't 2017. Now, to be fair, the first flight was in 2019. 2 years late, not too bad. Until it completely fricked up. Now, once again, I would contend to say that Boeing's eyes is a little bit bigger than their stomachs. I don't even think SpaceX could develop a capsule that quickly. From cold turkey? No, absolutely not. No one can. No one can make a capsule that fast. The Apollo program with a blank check from Uncle Sam didn't even make a capsule that quickly. The CSM design came out, kind of transpired in 1963, 64, first flew in 68. That's with a blank check from the government. Trust me, no one can do it that fast. No one can. Not in the state of the industry, even right now. So, I mean, if I'd known what I'd known in 2014, like what I know now, I would have been like, okay. Right? Now, once again, I will say this once, I'll say it again. This whole thing reeks of inexperience. It reeks of a company that's never made a spacecraft before, but is trading on the names of companies that have. That's what this reeks of. And guess what? You're going to have challenges. You're going to have challenges. It's going to happen. And exactly, God. That's another good point. The Apollo Command Service Module 63 to 68, right? They did it in 5 years, but they paid the price for that. They paid 3 prices for that. Let me put it to you. Yeah, I'll take 3 prices, please. They paid the price 3 times for that. And that's with a blank check. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Inexperience. See what I mean? Even the Apollo engineers ran into problems. Even them. They ran into problems. It happens. But Boeing got hired with the Boeing got hired to make the Starliner capsule with the intention, with the expectation that they were experienced in this, and that didn't happen. Yep, that didn't happen. Yeah, they almost canceled the Apollo program after Ed, Roger, and Gus died. They almost did. It was close. Beneville Bobby, 15-month resub. Do you know what they've done since 2019? Starliner has had one problem after another, Kinder. And once again, I'm not trying to knock Starliner's engineers. I'm not trying to knock the design. I think the design is good, and I know people that work on that thing. And I ain't saying that to gain favor with them. All right, I'm not doing that. That's get your freaking capsule working. All right, like seriously, a helium leak. You're having problems with the reaction control systems a couple of days before you're going to put people on this thing. Come on. But also at the same time, I understand that the engineer, you guys already touched base on it. The engineers might not be the issue here. EJ is not the one who knocks. I am not the one that knocks. But anyway, yeah. 21st for Starliner. Speaking of teething problems with spacecraft, check this out. Check out this picture from What About It from John Cargyle. Yeah, that's Ship 31. Starship Ship 31. Yeah, that's broken. Yeah, that's very broken. Yeah, see that part? Like that part right there? That's very broken. Something shorted out on the raceway on this craft. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that, dude. That's all fricked up. Anyway, that's coming from What About It? Yeah, just because I didn't really find any other pictures of that. But yeah, Ship 31 suffered some type of electrical problem when it was on the test stand at Massey's yesterday. Yeah. So, like I said, teething problems. And before, you could apply the same logic here. Oh, it reeks of inexperience. Well, yeah, because, somebody else has tried to take a spacecraft that's the size of a first stage and bring it all the way up into space and back. I'm pretty sure no one's ever done that. So yeah, I would call that an experience as well. Right? Yeah, we've seen the video creeper for sure. I'd be really curious as to why that shorted out. Because, yeah, you definitely don't want that happening. Anyway. Yeah, so Ship 31, I mean, it's definitely damaged. They're definitely going to have to fix it. So this is another one coming from John Cargyle. This is, once again, What About It here? This is at Star Factory that... Ooh. Yo, swept flapperon. All right. When does Boeing try again? 21st, Jay. Have I heard any news about KSP-2? No, and that's what I'm afraid of. Look at that. Yeah, they decided to sweep it a little bit more. Flight of the Navigator. It's a Trimaxian drone ship, dude. All right. Yeah, so it looks like we may have gotten a picture of some upgraded wings for Starship. Pretty dang cool. Oh, no. So this next one's coming from the FAA. This is about Starship as well. We want to hear from you. The FAA is assessing the environmental impact of Starship operations at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Learn more about the proposal and how to submit your comment. Oh, no. No one click that link, please. Please don't do that. Oh, no. Don't do it. I'm begging you. No, the last time this happened, right? Elon said, comment on it, comment on it. All the SpaceX fanboy army went in and commented that on an environmental impact survey that they think Starship is a good design and it should fly more. It took the FAA like an extra 5 months to get through all the damn comments. I'm sorry, you can't make that up. It literally took them 5 months to get through all those stupid comments. Don't freaking click that link, I swear to God. I'm sorry, you know, it pissed me off at the time, but it's pretty funny now. Oh. If it ended well on Starbase, I'd say it should go well with KSC, DJ. Oh, no. That's almost as good as the flotilla. You know what, weather guy? That was... Oh, I'm going to get so much crap for saying this. That was low-key one of the funniest things I've seen. Like, what the... Oh, my God. Like, it's pretty funny, man. It's pretty damn funny. The flotilla was pretty funny, dude. That still makes me laugh. Thousands of comments. Oh, gosh. I can't wait to watch Starship at the Cape program. That's over in YouTube chat, dudes. Yeah, yeah. Someone find a clip from that. That was like one of my most viewed clips, dude. That and the Elon Musk cyber video game cat girl thing. Yeah, that was weird. What's the flotilla? Nobody expects the Florida Man Navy. Dean, you probably would have found this funny. I was covering DM2 Splashdown. So that was SpaceX's first Dragon mission with Bob and Doug on board. And they had just landed. They splashed down. The mission was great. Everything was safe. And there was a bunch of people in their boats out to sea, right? To see the splashdown. And one of them... They must have known, dude. They had to have known. SpaceX's ships were live streaming, and they were live streaming a picture of the capsule floating in the water, and somebody with a huge Trump flag off the back of their boat floated right through the damn shot. It was, dude. Chat went bananas. Like, chat went bananas, dude. And I'm just sitting here going, oh no, my poor mods. It was pretty funny, dude. It was pretty good. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Like, and I said this at the time, I'll say it again, dude. Whatever you feel about that flag, you like it, you hate it, whatever, because you know it's gonna be one or the other, right? Like, okay, here's where I'm at. Some people took the time out of their day, like a weekday, to sail out into the middle of the freaking ocean to see a spacecraft come back. I'm cool with that. I think that's cool. I don't care what flag it flies. People are making it a thing because space is cool. Everybody likes space. Everyone likes space. Is dope. This is freaking awesome, right? I would say that you probably should not sail near a capsule that has just come back from space. That's a really bad idea. Yeah, that's a really bad idea. The capsule could be leaking. Remember those toxic propellants we were just talking about with Starliner? Yeah, guess what Dragon uses? It uses those. And there is a possibility of it leaking during re-entry. You know, we think valves don't like cryo. Well, guess what? Valves don't like being heated up by re-entry heating either. They really don't like that either. So there's a possibility that it could be leaking hydrazine. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Rock, the movie. If the winds change, we're both going to be the last people we ever see. Yeah, it could kill you. I think it's cool that people are sailing out to see the spacecraft come back. I think that's really neat. You got to stay away from it. Like at least a mile, at the very least. 1,600 meters away. Yeah, you could die. You don't want that to happen. That would be too bad, you know? Yeah, exactly. However you feel about politics, you should stay away from hydrazine. That's bad for you. And you heard it here on EJ's stream. Anyway, next bit of space news. Next bit of space news. This is coming from Thales Alinea. Here, check this out. Look at this. There is a video, dude. It's a clip. It's stored as a clip somewhere, 415. And I'm telling you, man, it was funny as hell, dude. It's still funny. I still find it hilarious. Like, it's just, of course. It's 2020. Of course that happens. It's May of 2020. Yeah, of course that happens. Why wouldn't it? Like, it's the funniest thing. You can't make that up. A mile and 1,600 meters are not the same. Blues fan. Blues fan. Blues fan. Anyway. The resupply journey continues. Northrop Grumman's Cygnus 21 has recently left Thales Alinea's facilities in Turin and will soon reach Los Estados Unidos. Oh, that's Spanish. Sorry. Salute if you're out there. Yeah, out there. That was a stab at you. Why are you still watching? Go to bed. Get ready for the space station. Yeah, Cygnus. All right. Bigness. Bigness. Cygnus 23 will get another ring added. Phil, I mean this in a very endearing way. So don't take this the wrong way, anybody. I mean, somebody probably still will, whatever. It's okay. Cygnus is the cockroach of spacecraft. No matter what you do, you're never getting rid of it. All right? It's too good at what it does. You're never getting rid of it. You know? In the future, Starship will be flying around. And SpaceX will be like, oh, we need to be resupplied. Cygnus. The Gateway. Cygnus. The ISS until it's Cygnus. Any commercial space station. Cygnus. You're not getting rid of it. It's not going away. Cargo spacecraft, ISS module, satellite bus, Mars. We need a Mars resupply. Cygnus will show up. You know why? Because it's ridiculously simple. It's a service module with a tin can attached to the front. That's all. That's all it is. Hubble upgrade? Cygnus. Crewed Pluto mission? Cygnus! Cygnus! It's like that meme. Cygnus! Oh! Kissness. Cygnus will outlive us all. It's like the AK-47 of spacecraft. It's just not going anywhere. It's too good. Are you down with the Cygnus? Oh, wow. Cygnus. Yeah, exactly. And then the next ones aren't going to be Cygnus. They're going to be Bigness. Bigness. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, my goodness. There's more. But wait, there's more. There's more. Bigness. All right. You know what? I'm getting the Cygnus hat. We're getting the Cygnus hat. Boom. You know what? Something's going to need a resupply real fast. Guess what? Cygnus. Cygnus hat. See that? EJ runs out of hats. Cygnus hat. All right? Cygnus hat. Biggest Cygnus. Yep. I'm telling you, man. It's the funny thing. Like in everybody, okay, so everybody's polarized opinions about this. Oh, Starship will never do this. Oh, Dragon will never do this. The Starliner's cursed. Blah 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 blah. No one ever says anything bad about Cygnus. Seriously, I've noticed that. And it's been that way for a decade. No one says anything bad because Cygnus just shows up, does what it needs to do, and then leaves. And it takes the trash out. Yeah. No one's ever like, oh, I hate Cygnus. But no one's ever like, oh, I love that thing. It's just like, yeah, all right. Cygnus is pretty cool. Cygnus rocks. Cygnus rocks. Even when it's burning up, it's useful. Even in death. In death, Cygnus capsules do have a name. That capsule is Robert Paulson. Anyway. Give me Cygnus Station. Yeah, we need to build a space station in the future. Launch 4 or 5 of those. Whatever. And Cygnus lit itself on fire for scientific advancement. That's true, seriously. One of the secondary objectives after the last Cygnus left the space station was they lit a fire inside of it to see what would happen. It was on a re-entry trajectory anyway, don't worry. But also, they lit it on fire. Cygnus don't care. Cygnus is the intermodal of space. It really is. Objective was explosions. Yeah. Wasn't the shuttle carrying something very similar? Yeah. They're not the same exact design, the multi-purpose logistics modules. They're not the same exact design, but they're made by the same company. These were made by Thales Alenia. Cygnus is basically an upgraded version of that with a service module attached to the back. That's all. That's it. Yeah, this one is optimized to fit inside of the shuttle bay, the shuttle payload bay. But you could definitely see that it's a very similar design. Yes, one of the MPLMs, there was 3 of them, if I'm remembering right off the top of my head. One of the MPLMs was made into the permanent multi-purpose module, which a shuttle, I think it was Discovery went up there, or no, it was Endeavour. Endeavour went up there, attached this thing to the space station, and then left it there. It also left part of its orbital booms, or it left the OBSS there too. I could look at the shuttle all day. Bro, I love the shuttle. Yep, Leonardo, still up at the space station. Oh, it was Discovery. I was right. Damn. Oh, I was correct. Man, why did I second guess myself? Here's a question. Is the U.S. planning another space station to replace the ISS after 2030? If so, they probably need to get started on it soon. No, they are not. Don't get upset. Commercial low Earth orbit destinations. They're going to not have one big centralized station, geek, but contract out a bunch of small decentralized space stations for science. So NASA's basically going to have commercial providers move astronauts up into space, and we're talking small space stations, not one as big as the ISS, like something similar to Salyut or Skylab or something. Yeah, Blue Origin is working on commercial low Earth orbit. So is Northrop Grumman, so is Sierra Space. Absolutely. They're all pining for contracts. And so, like I said, instead of having one gigantic space station, we have like 6 or 7 small space stations. Cleod has been underfunded this year, though, because of course it has. But it's a good idea. I agree with that. You know, a lot of people ask me, like, what's Starliner's purpose after it flies 6 missions to the ISS? Well, Boeing clearly thought it would make enough money off of that thing in the future to fork over $430 million for a second test flight. That tells me there's other contracts lined up to other destinations in low Earth orbit other than the ISS, right? Pretty straightforward stuff, don't you think? So everything is going commercial. It's all going commercial so NASA can work on beyond low Earth orbit infrastructure. Gateway, moon base. That's fine, dude. I have no problem with NASA turning stuff over that's not at the bleeding edge of spaceflight exploration to the commercial markets. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. What I do have a problem with is their incessant need to commercialize every single freaking thing that is on the bleeding edge of technology. I think NASA should be able to retain a technical user base that can go anywhere in the solar system that a commercial company can. That's different than having NASA operating a space station in low Earth orbit. That's dumb. No. Leave that to Axiom or Blue Origin. Leave that to Jeff. He has billions of dollars to throw at that thing. Let him do it. Because we've been going to low Earth orbit for 50 freaking years. I'm pretty sure it's time. And if you remember, the whole purpose of NASA, especially that first A in NASA, is to pioneer technologies that will find their way into the commercial market. That was the whole idea. The Springfield Armory of spaceflight. That's what it's supposed to be doing. And look, Springfield Armory. I know this isn't exactly Springfield Armory. I was going to type in an M1A, but also Springfield Armory. See what I mean? Springfield Armory. Look, if you let NASA do their thing, they'll make you a spacecraft the equivalent of this, which is amazing. No, I don't care. You quality. Hey, that's the contractor's fault. That was the commercial market's fault. That wasn't the design. The design is ace, and you know it. Shut up. I love that thing. I love M14s. Fish. They're just ace. The only rifle that got phased out because it was too good at what it did. Seriously. Look it up. Mosin? See, Kraken. Mosins are bolt action. The M14 gives you 20 rounds of rock and roll. That was less than 20, but you get the idea. And it's made of wood. Bro, you know what, dude? I'm straight boomer tier when it comes to firearms. I'm sorry. I just am. Wood furniture, man. Oh, wood furniture, dude. Come on. It's beautiful. You'll take an M1? The M14 is just a better version of that. I thought certain special forces still opt for M14s. They're not using M14s, Tig. They're using M1As. And they're what was it? It's an M1A, and then I think the Marine Corps uses an M39. It's called an M39 EBR, which is a strange... That, I mean, if we're going to talk... Or EMR, not EBR, excuse me. It is if a stormtrooper breeded with an M14. How do they fit 20 rounds in that dang... 20 rounds in that dang thing? How small are the bullets? See, Kraken, the M14 is not a small firearm. It's huge. It's an EJ-sized firearm. That thing is big. You got 20 rounds of 7.62. So it's 30 caliber. Well, 308. If we're really want to be technical, Cygnus hat is off. We're not talking about Cygnus. And how they do it is the bullets, instead of being straight up like this, they're stacked like this. They're like alternating in the magazine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you widen the mag just a little bit, you can fit a lot more ammunition in a smaller box. Yeah, no. Yeah. It's amazing. Anyway. I have a soft spot for M14s. I'll buy an M1A at some point. But yeah, anyway, NASA's supposed to be doing Springfield Armory things. They're supposed to be on the bleeding edge. I have no problem with them commercializing low Earth orbit. I have no problem with that. You know, it's a great way to train astronauts when we send them to Mars. Yeah, every magazine does that nowadays. See, Kraken. Yep. The Mosin is 7.62 by 54. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Mosins too, but the M14 gives you 20 round semi-automatic rock and roll. But don't get me wrong. I love bolt action rifles. Oh, that's the best feeling ever. It's the best feeling ever. Where's my damn wormhole generator? Exactly, SVO. Exactly. Why use a Mosin when a Dragunov exists? Simplicity. Dragunovs have a lot of moving parts. And honestly, Panta, there's a reason why sniper rifles, even the military uses bolt action rifles. You know why? So with a Dragunov or an M14 or something, right? You go to shoot it, some of that bullet's energy, some of the I'll say propellant, because rockets, right? Some of that propellant energy is expended pushing the bolt back, right? It's a gas-operated weapon, right? Dragunov is the same way. You're losing some of the muzzle velocity that way. A bolt action, all of the powder Inside of that 7.62 is used to make the bullet go forward. That's why we still use bolts, because there's a good use case there. The AK, so see, AK is an AK variant, so like we're talking AK-47s and AKMs. In 1974, they switched to a 5.45 cartridge because it's lighter. Seriously, that's the reason. It's lighter. So AK-47, like classic AK-47s, are 7.62 by 39, not 7.62 by 54. So that's called an intermediate cartridge. An intermediate cartridge is halfway between the bolt action rifle, so that whatever comes out of this, if it hits you, you die, and a submachine gun. So submachine gun is a automatic weapon that is firing a pistol cartridge, right? It's halfway in between. That's why it's called an intermediate, right? And that's where the assault rifle comes from, for instance, right? That's the whole nomenclature for assault rifles. It was invented by the Germans. They came up with the idea because the Germans they did a lot of fighting. I mean, they lost, but they did a lot of fighting, and they figured out that, you know, a lot of the combat engagement was happening not at sniper distances, but not at machine pistol distances either. The machine pistol can spray a lot of bullets down range, but they don't go very far because they're pistol cartridges. Pistol cartridges are not very aerodynamic, and they don't have a lot of powder behind them. I mean, 357 and 44 Magnum notwithstanding. The Germans with 9x19, that doesn't go, it goes fast, but it doesn't go very far, right? Now, so the Germans came up with the idea because, you know, a submachine gun is good out to, like, I don't know, 30 meters, maybe. It's not very accurate beyond that. A bolt action rifle is accurate to 1,000 meters, depending on windage and Coriolis effects, right? They found, you know, from fighting that the engagements were happening at about 100 meters, right? So they made a cartridge and they made a rifle, an assault rifle, right, to kind of bridge the gap, and that everyone copied them. Not the design of the weapon, right? Everyone copied that kind of meta. So like that's how we got stuff like the AK-47. You know, that's how we got stuff like the AR-15, M16, M4, AK-74. Like that's been kind of the meta for like a battle rifle. Well, I wouldn't call it a battle rifle. It's an assault rifle. Battle rifles are like an M14 or a FAL or a G3. Those things shoot those bolt action things. But yeah, semi-automatic. Those are my favorite. I love battle rifles. Battle rifles are my favorite. Anyway, EJ's Space and Gun Review. The M60 is an MG42 just upgraded. Yeah, pretty much, dude. An M60, if math is serving me left, is an MG42 with an FG42's feed mechanism. We took two German machine guns and combined them together. Are you American? Gave you that idea. Oh, 30 meters. I know metric and imperial. I don't care, Irish. Come on, man. All right, fine. 30 meters, 100 feet, okay? 100 meters, 330 feet, okay? That's pretty good, man. Do both of them. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I know what either one of those means. Guess what? No matter how much you hope or think that, you know, the metric system, guess what? 30 meters is 99.9 feet. I'm sorry. You're not, that doesn't change anything. Anyway. Sorry. It's the same distance. You can cope and hope that, no, it's metric, it's the same distance. Anyway. Yeah, Hellfish, I saw you talk about the AK-50. Damn, that thing is cool. What was the worst weapon made, in your opinion? The Liberator. Huh. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we got to define worse, right?
Discovery.
Because by that objective analysis, the M14 is one of the worst designs. Worst designs ever, because it was too good at what it did, right? Yeah, first gen M16. Guys, the M16A1 is a good rifle. I don't care what anybody says. It's a good rifle. The problem is when soldiers start circulating a rumor that it's self-cleaning, so you never have to clean the damn thing. Yeah, it turns out it jams. It turns out it jams. It turns out it jams like any firearm if you don't take care of it. Yeah, that's what. Okay, you want a little bit of combat history. M16A1s were notorious for jamming. They were notorious for it. You know, and the rifle got a bad rap because of that. But the thing is that once again, U.S. started fielding M16A1s in Vietnam, and they started sucking. And they tried to figure out why does this thing suck? It's a good rifle. Like, we don't get it. Some soldier said at one time, this new rifle's the best. You don't even need to clean it. And that spread as a rumor around the entire armed forces. So no one cleaned their weapons. Guess what, guys? You could have the most reliable, you could have an AK-47. You don't clean it, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's just, don't get me wrong. The AK can take a beating, but once sand gets inside of the dust cover, you're screwed. You are screwed. Like, it's not going to work. Like, same case with the M16, you know, but yeah, that's why the M16A1 was notorious for jamming, because if you don't clean it, it doesn't work correctly. Weird, right? Hey guys, you remember that, you know, like, remember that nuclear reactor in the Ukraine? Like, it turns out if you don't use it right, there's a potential that it could explode. Remember that space shuttle thing that same year, 1986? Remember that thing? It turns out that if, you know, you don't use it right, it can explode. That's weird. Counterpoint, cleaning an AK means pee in the barrel and the gas tube once in a while. It's not really, I mean, Caveman, you're right. The AK doesn't need, you don't need to clean it as much. You still need to clean it. Any firearm needs to be serviced. That right there, once again, just like the space shuttle. You know, I always say the space shuttle is a management problem. It's not a design problem. Right? The M16, it's a great gun. We still use it. It's a great firearm. The U.S. Armed Forces still use that thing. They still, I mean, it's a highly modified version of it, and with a cut barrel, they call it the M4, right? Like, we still use that thing. You know why? Because if you don't use it how it's intended, it's not going to work correctly. That's weird. To be fair, the RBMK had major flaws even during normal operations. Yeah, but this behavior was documented. It was documented. They knew that would happen. Just like they knew the O-rings could malfunction on Challenger. It's very interesting. Put a thin layer of packing grease on it, mount it, and make it for display. Never fire it equals never clean it. And you know, King, there's a bunch of people out there that buy Ferraris and just keep it in a garage all day and they never drive it. So what's the point? What's the point of having a Ferrari? Right? Anyway. Worst firearm? I don't know, dude. Hell, as you were talking about that World War I thingamajigger, that I see you've been watching Forgotten Weapons. Yeah, I haven't watched that video from Ian yet. Check my link when you can. Sure. Spas 12. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, not great, Bob. Not great. Oh. The M16 M4 is being phased out. The Army went to a 6.8 by SIG. Yeah. 277. You seen what that new round can do? It's kind of scary. Like, that 277 is not a joke. Yeah, not a joke. I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to get hit with any bullet. I don't want to get hit with that. That would hurt. That would hurt a lot. Like hurt like you're not alive. You would get unalived very quickly. Yeah, T. Like I said, with firearms, there's a little bit of survivor's bias, right? But I don't want unalive hurt. Yep. Oh, nice, Fanta. That's cool. Creation, what's your link here? We'll jump through. Get back into space news here, dudes. NTSB preliminary report. That was a lot of clicking just to get to this. All right, we have an NTSB report about the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Oh yeah, Creation, that thing's beast, dude. I'm actually like, it's the first time I watched that thing fire. I went, oh. On March 26, 2024, at about 1:29 Eastern Daylight Time, the 947-foot-long Singapore-flagged cargo vessel Dolly was transiting out of Baltimore Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland, when it experienced a loss of electrical power and power and propulsion, and struck the southern pier supporting the central truss spans of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. A portion of the bridge subsequently collapsed into the river. And portions of the deck and truss span collapsed into the vessel's forward deck. A 7-person road maintenance crew employed by Bronner Builders, which was contracted by the Maryland Transportation Authority, and one inspector employed by Eborn Enterprises, a subcontractor to the MDTA, were on the bridge when the vessel struck it. The inspector escaped unharmed, and one of the construction crew members survived with serious injuries. Ugh. One of the 23 persons on the Dolly was in. Oh. Nice weather guy. Okay, NTSB. Dolly was propelled by a single slow-speed 55,000 horsepower diesel engine manufactured by Hyundai MAN B&W. The engine was directly connected to a single right-turning propeller. Okay. To run the main engine, one of the vessel's 4 diesel generators must be operating and supplying the vessel with electrical power. The emergency generator alone cannot be used to restart or run the main engine. Dolly's main engine required compressed air directed into its cylinders to start and change direction. To change from a head moving forward to a stern moving in reverse, the engine would need to be stopped and then restarted in the opposite direction. Yeah, dude, this is a diesel engine that's the size of a house. Okay, here, take a look at this picture, dude, in case anybody's wondering. See this blue thing right there? That's the engine. You see that catwalk up there? That's not the top of the engine. That's about halfway. There's a cylinder in here. And that right there is the crankcase. See the axle coming out? The crankshaft on this thing is as big as a semi-truck. Just for what it's worth. Yep. There's your mechanical injection mechanism right there. Yep. Crazy, huh? Look at those injectors. Those injectors are as big as a baseball bat. Yeah, okay. Now, for what it's worth, the injectors, the kind of garden variety injectors that you'd find on a diesel engine, like let's take a 6BT Cummins, for instance. They're about the size of a pencil. Or a pen. Those injectors are the size of a baseball bat. Okay. All right. Really cool, actually. The Dolly's electrical power distribution system. The ship's electrical power is supplied by 4 alternating current generators, which are each being driven by a diesel engine. Yep. Generator 1 and 4 were rated for 4,400 kilowatts, and generator 1 and 2 were rated for 4,000. These generators were connected to a 66,000 volt high voltage main electrical bus by the vessel's power management system that powered various ships' onboard equipment, including the main engine lubricating oil pumps, the bow thruster, and reefer containers. Okay. That's your auxiliary power systems right there. The HV main electrical bus could be split with an installed main bus tie, which would isolate the 2 generators on each side of the bus. The bus was designed to be normally operated in a closed bus configuration, meaning the main bus tie, which connected 2 sides of the bus, was closed. This was the case during the accident voyage. The high voltage main electrical bus could be split with an installed main bus tie, which would isolate 2 generators on either side of it. The bus was designed to be normally operated in closed bus configuration. This was the case. All right, so that was normal. So you have 2 generators over here, 2 generators over here. You can either make all 4 of them work, or you can flip a switch and make 2 here work or 2 here work. That's what that bus tie is. If it's closed, that means it was all 4 are connected. A 440 volt low voltage electrical bus was connected to the high voltage bus via redundant step down transformers. Yep. The low voltage bus powered vessel lighting and other equipment, including steering gear pumps and the main engine cooling water pumps. Breakers were located on either side of the step down transformers, HR1 and HR2 on the high voltage side, LR1 and LR2 on the low voltage side. The low voltage bus could also be split with an installed bus tie. The bus was designed to be normally operated with the LV bus tie closed, which was the configuration during the voyage. With the LV bus tie closed, 1 transformer is designed to be used. Okay. The following timeline depicts the events. Around midnight on March 26, 7 road maintenance workers and 1 inspector were working on the southbound lanes of the Key Bridge, which were closed to traffic. Good. MDTA police units were stationed at either end of the bridge to alternate traffic on the northbound lanes to protect the construction crew. At about 12:15 a.m. or 12:05 a.m., an Association of Maryland pilots, senior pilot, and an apprentice pilot boarded the Dolly, which was about to depart from Seagirt Marine Terminal en route to Colombo, Sri Lanka, with a cargo of 4,680 containers. During the master pilot exchange, the senior pilot asked about the vessel's condition, and the captain reported that the ship was in good working order. Hey, Jack, gifted a sub to Verigor. Thanks, man. So, that's normal, guys. There's usually harbor pilots that know the harbor better than the captains. And you do, when you enter a harbor or an inner harbor, or even get like about to enter a harbor, a harbor pilot usually takes control of the ship. That's normal. The Dolly was assisted by 2 tugboats. The Bridget McAllister, a 78-foot long, 5,000 horsepower tugboat with a 65-ton bollard pole, was secured on the Dolly's port quarter. That's the left side of the ship, left-hand side if you're facing the front of the ship. Port is left, starboard's right. The Eric McAllister, a 98-foot long, 5,100 horsepower tugboat with a 66-ton bollard pole. This was secured on the Dolly's port bow. So there was one on the left side of the ship, one on kind of the front left side of the ship. Do you do these reviews every day? Yeah, Green Dude, every once in a while, dude. I mostly talk about spaceflight, but I'm interested in what caused this problem because I'm a nerd. See that? I look at stuff like this for fun, and I'm like, hey, hey, what are you doing over there? Oh, that's good, you know? So what you're looking at here is the electrical... this is the diagram of the aforementioned electrical systems. So... there's your transformers. Transformers right there. Diesel generators right here. Diesel generator switches, and then the HVR is that switch that we were talking about where you could shut to or close to or open all four. Quadruple redundancy. Note that the diesel generators here are hooked in the wire schematic to the bow thruster. Interesting. Then you have an emergency generator over here connected into your low voltage bus. Okay. Yeah, and double redundant transformers here. Okay. These transformers, what do transformers do? They transform current. You swap voltage and amperage around. So you have 440 volts at you have 440 volts and they step it up to 6600 volts here. Or, well, they're kind of stepped down into the low voltage systems from what I can tell. But the low voltage systems still have a backup here. Thruster is on the high voltage side. Yeah, that thing is a propeller that's facing sideways. It faces port and starboard at the very front of the ship. So bow thruster. Bow is the front of the ship, right? So if you have a ship like this, there's a propeller that's facing left-right at the front, and it can steer the ship. They're used for docking. And harbor navigation. But your best redundancy here is tugs. The tugs are the best. The tugs are your best bet. Tugboats, 5,000 horsepower. They can move. They'll pull you in a different direction. You use the bow thruster if you don't have tugs, usually. I could be wrong about that. I'm not the best nautical expert, but, I mean... wouldn't want it off when the tugs are pulling you around, right? At 12:45 a.m., the senior pilot ordered the main propulsion engine, a 55,626 horsepower diesel engine, 41,480 kilowatts, driving a single propeller to dead slow ahead. So with ships, you have different speed ratings. There's dead slow, slow. I don't know what all of them are off the top of my head, guys. I know that ahead flank is the fastest, and I know that dead slow is the slowest. Oh, boy. Once into the channel, at about 1:07 a.m., the senior pilot also gave the orders for the tugboats to be let go per normal practice. See, tugs are what pull you away and go. So the ship was this is called being underway, right? Yeah, don't worry about that part. Right? The senior pilot handed control over to the apprentice pilot and remained standing by. Uh-oh. The head engine orders given during maneuvering would have generally corresponded to the estimated ship speeds with the vessel loaded in figure 6, okay? At about 1:09 a.m., the main engine speed was increased to slow ahead. That's the step above dead slow. So dead slow, if you know pickup trucks, dead slow is like a crawler gear. It's just, that propeller is not moving very much. It's just like 1 to 2 knots. Dead slow is nothing. The apprentice pilot ordered course of 141 degrees to transit under the key bridge. Dead slow, slow, half, full, flank. That's it. Yeah, and then you have reverses, the reverse speeds too. Thank you, Everest. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. So, let's zoom in. So, it plotted an azimuth of 141, so compass heading of 141. So let's go here, get our line tool, and I'll bet you, going right underneath the bridge... Yep. Yep, 141 goes straight underneath. It's funny because in this picture you could see wakes from different ships as the satellite went by to take this picture, and you could see the wakes are basically going in that same exact direction. Yeah, that's the key bridge. It hit this thing over here. That right there is a power line. All right. Oh. See here, now I'm learning. Dead slow on the dolly is 8 knots. Okay. At 125, the dolly was 0.6 miles, or about 3 ship lengths, any unit but the metric system, from the key bridge when electrical breakers HR1 and LR1 that fed most of the vessel's equipment and lighting unexpectedly opened. This caused the first blackout, loss of electrical power to all shipboard lighting and most equipment, including, yeah, 0.6 miles is 1 kilometer. It's literally it's 1,000 meters. Come on, man, dude. I love my Imperial system as much as the next guy, but seriously, 1,000 meters would have been the right call there. All right, come on. This caused the first blackout, loss of electrical power to all shipboard lighting and most equipment, including the main engine cooling water pumps, which controlled engine cooling water pressure and steering gear pumps. Okay, so HR1 and LR1. Air Venice, 40-month resub. So HR1 and LR1. So you have a redundant set over here. You have a redundant set. You have a redundant transformer here. So that tripped in this configuration. Contacted the Dollar Adventure Shop. Whoa! Hey, Brandon's with 10. Thank you very much. That's a tenner. Sorry. I won't do that again. I probably will. I'm sorry. If that's not what you're looking for, then sorry.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Dodged. Unexpectedly tripped over the voltage surge. Yeah, if it tripped it.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
So what should happen next is this thing should turn on right here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
The bow thruster is going on your it's on your high voltage loop over here, but auxiliary systems over here, right? The emergency generator is connected on an emergency electrical bus. What should happen, I know this part. What should happen is there's a fault detection system in here. It's kind of like a dead man switch. If this trips, the emergency generator should turn on automatically. It should do it. Should.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Generators number 3 and 4 continue to run and supply electrical power to the high voltage bus. Most bridge equipment lost power, and the Voyager data recorder lost vessel system data feeds. Bridge audio continued to be captured.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Man, that's a lot of throttling up. I don't know why I killed the alerter. All right. 1. A preliminary electrical breaker that feeds most of the dolly's equipment and lighting unexpectedly opens. The ship loses electrical power, experiencing a blackout. Main propulsion diesel engine shuts down automatically after pumps lose electrical power. Vessel loses main propulsion. Its propeller stops. Crew restores electrical power to the vessel. Call for tug assist. Senior pilot orders anchor dropped. Second blackout occurs. VHF marine radio calls made to ward all waterborne traffic. The dolly hits the bridge. Okay. Dolphins are what those things are called. It's a guard around stuff. So if something hits it, it hits the guard and stops it before it collapses something. I know what the next question is. I don't know. Okay. I know what the next question is. I have no idea. Okay. I don't know. All right. I have no, you probably should have done that. probably should have done that. I know I was making a joke. Okay, cool. All right. The main propulsion diesel engine was independent of the vessel's four diesel-driven electrical generators. However, the loss of electrical power to the pumps required for its operation resulted in the main engine being automatically shut down, and the vessel lost main propulsion, meaning its propeller stopped. The loss of electrical power stopped all 3 steering pumps, and therefore the rudder was unable to be moved. At the time, the ship was on a heading of 141.7, a course over ground of 140.8, and a speed over ground of 9 knots, with the rudder amidships at 0 degrees, so the rudder was straight. Most definitely a typo right there. At 1:26 and 2 seconds a.m., the video data recorder, which had stopped recording vessel system data when the blackout occurred, resumed recording the data. The VDR audio recording had not been affected by the blackout. Dolly's heading was 144.3 and course over ground was 142.7. It's listing to starboard. Well, not listing, it's turning to starboard. Listing means the ship is rotating, rolling, I guess. The senior pilot, who had regained control from the apprentice pilot by this point, ordered rudder of 20 degrees to port. Drifting, yeah, there you go. Basically, like a rubber duck in a bathtub. According to the crew, the emergency generator started and connected to the emergency bus. Its breaker would have closed shortly after the vessel lost electrical power. See? At this time, the NTSB is still investigating the exact time when the emergency generator started and connected to the emergency bus. Typical for ocean-going vessels, the Dolly had an emergency diesel generator in addition to the 4 that could be configured to automatically start and connect the emergency bus if normal electrical power and lighting were lost. When the emergency bus was powered, emergency lighting, navigation, and radio equipment alarms and other emergency equipment would have been available. And the designated emergency steering pump number 3 would have been available to turn the rudder at a low speed setting. Yep. So think about this type of redundant system. If you have a car with an internal combustion engine in it, when you turn it on to accessory power, the radio still works, but you're not going anywhere. And if you try to roll the windows down, it's really slow. Same idea. When operated alone using emergency electrical power, steering pump number 3 was designed to run at a lower speed, turning the rudder at a slower rate with all than with all the pumps. Yeah, because you don't have as much electricity. That emergency generator isn't another engine. It's designed to just give you enough to work in case your whole power bus blows out, which is what happened. However, without the propeller turning, the rudder would have been less effective. Yep. Crew manually closed the breakers HR1 and LR1, reconnecting generators 3 and 4 and restoring electrical power to the low voltage bus, supplying electrical power to the entire vessel again. At 1:26:39, the pilots called for tug assist. The Eric McAllister was 3 miles away and immediately answered, heading towards the ship. The tug did not reach the Dolly in time before it struck the bridge. At 1:27 a.m. and 1 second, the senior pilot ordered anchor dropped, and the crew began the process to drop the anchor. The pilot's dispatcher called the MDTA police duty officer and relayed that the ship had lost power. The pilot's dispatcher then notified the Coast Guard about Dolly's loss of power. The Dolly crew was able to restore electrical power to the vessel, but when the ship was 0.2 miles from the bridge, a second electrical blackout occurred because of DGR3 and DGR4. The breakers that connected to number 3 and generators number 3 and 4 to the high voltage bus opened, causing a total loss of vehicle electrical power. High voltage and low voltage. Having connected to the emergency bus by this time, the emergency generator provided electrical power to the emergency equipment continuously through the second electrical blackout. DGR3 and DGR4. Yep. 1 and 2 were off. Got it. Having connected to the emergency bus by this time, okay, all right. Generator number 2, which had previously started automatically because it was in standby mode, connected and restored power to the high voltage bus via DGR2. There's tons of redundant systems in this thing to make sure that this doesn't happen. But it's interesting that it still did. Yeah, Nagwal. Yeah, interesting. 127.23. Pilot ordered rudder hard to port, 35 degrees. At this point, the main engine remained shut down and there was no propulsion to assist with steering. At 127.25, one of the pilots made the call by very high-frequency marine radio to warn all waterborne traffic. 127.32, about 31 seconds after the second blackout, the crew manually closed the breakers HR2 and LR2, restoring power to the low-voltage bus, which was powered by generator number 2. The crew regained electrical power before the vessel struck the pier, but was unable to regain propulsion. 127.53, MDTA duty officer ordered the unit stationed at the ends of the bridge to close the bridge to all traffic. Once the bridge was closed to all traffic, only the maintenance crew and the inspector remained on the bridge. 129.10, Dolly's starboard bow struck pier number 17 of the Key Bridge at 6.5 knots. 6 spans of the bridge, the main span 17, 18, and 19, spans 20, 21, and 22 subsequently collapsed into the water and across the ship's bow. A Dolly crew member who was on the bow at the time of the accident told investigators that as he was releasing the brake on the port anchor, he had to escape from the falling bridge before he was able to reapply the brake. Due to ongoing salvage efforts, the amount of anchor chain paid out is still unknown. As the bridge deck collapsed onto the bow of the Dolly, another one of the vessel's crew members sustained a minor injury while escaping the debris. Holy crap. The road maintenance inspector had been walking the length of the bridge when the ship struck it. He ran north and made it to the nearest surviving span before the rest of the bridge collapsed. Holy shit. Dude, holy crap. Dude, yo, the bridge is collapsing behind you. Oh my goodness. That's nuts, dude. Absolutely bananas. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. The other 7 workers were in their vehicles and fell with the bridge. One worker was able to free himself from his truck and was rescued by an MDTA police boat at 1:55. Holy crap. Wow. At 1:34, the Coast Guard issued an urgent marine information broadcast requesting assistance from passing traffic. The first Coast Guard boats were on scene at 1:51. Less than a half hour later. Pretty cool. Multiple agencies searched for survivors through March 26. The Coast Guard suspended the active search that evening, and efforts then transitioned to recovery. 6 victims were later recovered by divers. That sucks. Respect. X to pay receipts. Yeah. How many football fields is that, Pinos? 3. All right. The Dolly, a 947-foot-long steel-hulled general cargo vessel, was built by HD Hyundai Heavy Industries in 2015. The vessel's draft on departure was 39.9 feet fore and aft, with a cargo of 4,600 containers, 56,675 metric tons of containerized cargo. Shipping cargo displays 112,383 metric tons. So, draft. For the people that don't know, draft is how far the boat is in the water. So obviously a ship that's carrying heavier loads will have a higher draft. That means if you went underwater, the ship was sitting there and you swam underwater, you'd have to go 40 feet down to go underneath it and up the other side. Don't ever do that. Okay. Ever. Like, container ships are not to be screwed with. Singapore-based Grace Ocean Private Limited, the vessel's owner, owns 55 ships, a mix of container ships, bulk carriers, and tankers. As of March 26, Singapore-based Synergy Marine Group, the vessel manager who provided the crew and operated the vessel for the owner, managed 55 ships under Panama, Marshall Islands, Hong Kong, Liberia, and Singapore flags, including the Dali. The vessel was classified by Class NK, one of several non-governmental classification societies that establish and maintain standards for the construction and operations of ships. Through construction and later periodic surveys, classification societies confirm a vessel meets the technical rules. U.S. port calls in March of 2024. Since arriving from Sri Lanka to the United States on March 19th, the ship had made 2 other U.S. port calls. Newark and Norfolk. Okay. Electrical power loss on the previous dude. Okay. On March 25th, about 10 hours before leaving Baltimore, the Dolly experienced a blackout, loss of electrical power to the high voltage and low voltage buses during in-port maintenance. While working on the diesel engine exhaust scrubber system for the diesel engine driving the only online generator, a crew member mistakenly closed an inline engine exhaust damper. Closure of this damper effectively blocked the engine cylinder exhaust gases from traveling up its stack and out of the vessel, causing the engine to stall. Okay. Yeah, they're basically valves on the exhaust for the engine. You close them. Yeah, you basically asphyxiate the motor. Okay. That would be like the equivalent of covering up, like putting the banana in the tailpipe. You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe? This man, I have fallen for no banana in my tailpipe. You've been hanging out with this dude too long. Vessel power was restored when crew members manually closed HR2 and LR2. Generator number 3 continued to run for a short period, but insufficient fuel pressure caused its speed to decrease, and its breaker, DGR3, opened. A second blackout, another loss of electrical power to high voltage and low voltage buses occurred. In the meantime, the crew had reopened Generator number 2's engine exhaust damper, and the generator automatically restarted and then connected to the HV bus when DGR2 closed. Ahwel Foley is here to see you. Tell Miss Jenny Summers that Mr. Ahmed Foley is here. Ahwel. One moment. Marine engines, that is what's called compression lock. Yeah. FX, yeah. So they banana in the tailpipe it with the exhaust dampers. Is that bad for it? Oh, if you know marine engines, I thought I'd ask. I know that's not good for a car motor, but also doesn't really affect the car motor. Yeah, I mean, you could just take the banana out and you'd be good to go. I got herpes simplex 10. Yeah, Ramon went to the clinic today. It might have some impact, yeah. Interesting. You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe? Use a potato. All right. While recovering from the second blackout, the crew switched the bus configuration to use breakers HR1 and LR1 and the bus's associated transformer, TR1, instead of HR2 and LR2, which had been in use for several months. Very bad, kind of like hydrolocking an engine. Okay, good safety tip, FX. Thank you. Yeah. TR1 and its associated breakers, HR1 and LR1, were in use when the ship departed on March 26th. They just switched to the other system and said it's good? Are you... Okay. They switched it. Yeah, oh. It's redundant. It's fine. The first import blackout was caused by the mechanical blocking of the online generator's exhaust gas. The second blackout import was related to insufficient fuel pressure for the online generator. During both of these electrical power loss events, the online generator's breakers DGR2 and 3 to the high voltage bus open before HR2 and LR2 breakers open. During recovery, the crew put TR1 online to feed the low voltage bus because TR2 had reportedly been in use for several months. The first vessel blackout after departure on March 26 occurred when the HR1 and LR1 breakers opened unexpectedly. I have some words, but let's keep going. The NTSB is still investigating the electrical configuration following the first import blackout and potential impacts on events during that accidental voyage. You broke something. You broke something. You broke it. Yeah. Yeah. You messed up, AA Ron. You done messed up, AA Ron. Can confirm. I pretend to be broke all the time. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. International Maritime Organization rules require that vessels of 3,000 gross tons and above, constructed after July 1st, 2014, and engaged on international voyages must be equipped with a full VDR system. International Maritime Organization Resolution Mike Sierra Charlie .3309er0. Yeah, I said it like that on purpose. I thought it was cool. Sounded cool. Requires that all these vessels contain both a fixed and float-free VDR capsule that record at a minimum 48 hours of data. Additionally, the VDR should store internal data of at least about 30 days in the VDR's cabinet. The Dolly was constructed in 2015 and contained a JRC JCY 1900 VDR. 6 hours of VDR data, which tracked the events immediately before and after the accident, were downloaded and reviewed on March 26th, immediately following the casualty. The VDR's hard drive from the VDR cabinet on the Dolly was later removed and downloaded by NTSB personnel with the assistance of the VDR manufacturer. The hard drive contained 34 days of data. Good. That's how they probably figured out that this stuff happened. Data from other bridge equipment, including the ship's electronic chart display and information display, ECDIS, and the pilot's portable pilot unit, PPU, were also downloaded. Review this data continues. Integrated control and monitoring system and high voltage electrical bus. The Dolly was equipped with an integrated control and monitoring system that retained information related to the machinery and system changes and resulting alarms, including the vessel's engines and the electrical power management system. The NTSB has managed testing of the vessel's high voltage electrical bus and its components. As the investigation parties and the electrical bus manufacturer HD Hyundai Heavy Industries work to identify the cause of the breakers unexpectedly opening when approaching the key bridge and subsequent blackouts. Yep, that's what they look like. It just looks like a wall. That's a wall of circuit breakers. Alcohol and other drug testing. Coast Guard regulators require employees to conduct drug and alcohol testing for those directly involved in a serious marine accident. On March 26th, the Dolly Master and Chief Engineer tested the entire crew for alcohol per company procedure. Everybody tested negative. You should, yeah, the power harness for one of these things, Wombat, unreal. At 3:17, the senior apprentice pilots were relieved by another pilot from the Association of Maryland Pilots. The two pilots were taken ashore, where at 5:30 a.m. were both administered tests for alcohol and other drugs per Coast Guard regulations. Both tested negative. Between 1617 and 1804, third-party testing provider went aboard the ship to test the entire crew for alcohol and drugs per Coast Guard regulations. All tested negative for both. The injured crew member who had been tested at 2:32 with the rest of the crew had already been taken ashore for medical treatment and was not tested. The ship used three main grades of fuel for the main engine and electrical generators: low sulfur marine gas oil, low sulfur heavy fuel oil, and heavy fuel oil. Yep. Yeah, bunker C. This stuff. That's like oil that has about the viscous continuity of like molasses. It's used in industrial diesel power generation. Yeah, this stuff is sludge. It's like tar almost. Yeah. Yeah. The low sulfur heavy fuel oil and low sulfur marine gas oil are not as gruesome as bunker C. Bunker C is literally like if you stuck your hand into a can of this stuff, it would be like you'd feel like you're sticking it into a pudding pie. It's nasty stuff. But bunker C also is the reason why that ship has 55,000 horsepower and can move 55 tons across an entire ocean. Keep that in mind. The Dolly was carrying an estimated 1.8 million gallons of fuel in dedicated vessel fuel tanks. None of the vessel's dedicated fuel tanks were damaged. The last time the Dolly crew switched fuel was on the evening of March 21st, 5 days before the accident, when they switched to burning low sulfur marine gas oil in all engines upon entering U.S. territorial waters, 12 miles off of the Atlantic coast, as required by emission regulatory requirements. Okay. The Dolly took on various amounts of all three types of fuel in Newark on March 19th after the month-long trip from Sri Lanka. Fuel sample analysis results indicated that the LSMGO fuel bunkered in Newark, which was the same type of fuel in use during the accident events, complied with international standards and regulations. Test results did not identify any concerns related to the quality of the fuel. Yeah, because bad fuel could trip the breakers, guys. If there's bad fuel and the engine doesn't work right, it can trip the breakers. That's why they tested. Yeah, fuel quality was fine. Think of the fish. No comment. Something bilge pump. Something international waters. On April 11th, additional fuel samples were taken from all fuel tanks and various fuel supply manifolds on board the vessel. Samples were tested by an independent lab. Fuel sample analysis results indicated that LSMGO fuel being burned at the time of the accident complied with international standards and regulations. Test results did not identify any concerns related to the quality of fuel. Yep, James, everything seems to be by the book here, dude. Hazmat. Of the 4,680 containers on board the vessel at the time of the accident, 56 were identified as containing dangerous goods, hazardous materials. The containers were located throughout the ship. The NTSB identified 14 containers which were recorded as containing hazardous materials, that may have been damaged when the ship struck the bridge or during the subsequent collapse of the bridge deck onto the ship. These 14 containers were all located forward of the superstructure, inboard bays 4, 5, and 6. Or 5, 6, and 7. Oh, balls. What do we got? Alkyl sulfonic acid, corrosive liquid, flammable, lithium-ion batteries, perfumery products. Yep. Sodium hydroxide solution and alcohol. And alcohols, and I don't know what NOS means in this particular, I was going to say nitrous oxide systems. Environmentally hazardous substance, liquid. NOS energy drink. That is an environmentally hazard substance, Phoenix. Oh, that's not good. So some of those are hazmats. Oh, shh. Copper powder. Alkoxylated long chain alkylamine. Oh boy, that sounds delicious. Yeah, cleaning that up's gonna suck. Oh boy. Okay, that's the bridge. Yeah. Contiguous steel through truss. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's called the through truss because the road goes through the truss. I know. Engineers aren't really good at naming things, okay? Not otherwise specified. Thanks, Jackery. Been over that bridge so many times, it's on your way to Micro Center. Yeah, Creation, I don't think it's deferred maintenance anymore. That's what I said. I don't think it's deferred maintenance. I think it's improper maintenance. I think when that guy shut that thing and asphyxiated the diesel generator, that it probably fried something. Yeah, most likely. Guys, with engineering systems, remember, the dolly's nothing happens for randomly, right? I mean, things occur kind of seemingly random in nature, but everything happens for a purpose. The dolly is something we made, so if it malfunctions, it's something we did. There's always a root cause with electromechanical equipment. Always. Always. This doesn't sound like deferred maintenance. This sounds like improper maintenance, but I want to read. Pier protection. When the Key Bridge was constructed, 4 large dolphins, 2 located on the west side of the bridge and 2 located on the east side of the bridge, were also constructed at the same time to protect pier number 17 and 18, supporting the bridge central through truss spans. Dolphin number 1 was about 491 feet west of the center pier and 550 feet clear of the center line of the navigational channel. It's like right there, right there, right there, and right there. Oh boy. What? Why? What? Did... The dolphins were constructed with a 25-foot diameter sheet pile filled with tremie concrete and capped with reinforced concrete. Attached at various locations of the dolphin were 17-foot rubber fenders. They're underwater, guys. Yeah, it's funny because it went around it. It's not funny, but it went around it. Yep. In addition to the dolphins, piers 17 and 18 were each surrounded by a 100-foot, 84 by 84.5-foot crushable concrete box and timber fender system. That's what that thing is. That's not really designed to stop a container ship, though. Not much is designed to stop a container ship. That might stop it, maybe. The timber portions of the fender were attached to the outer face of the concrete box and utilized a combination of vertical and horizontal members. Yep, okay. Dolly struck Pier 17, and the fendering system surrounded the pier, but did not contact Dolphin number 1 or its rubber fenders. Yep. It might bounce it in a different direction, maybe. Or absorb some of the energy. Right? Okay, bridge inspectors, ongoing activities. Yeah, I don't think anything was wrong with the bridge. Not much is going to survive getting hit by a 90,000 ton container ship. Yeah, fellas, that sounds like someone screwed up the maintenance. That sounds very much like someone screwed up the maintenance. What do these dolphin things look like? Just a concrete cylinder? It's just a concrete pillar. It's just underwater. So if the ship hits it, like I said, it'll basically be a shock absorber. It'll either divert the ship in a different direction or it'll stop it completely. Oh, that's yuck. Wasn't here from the beginning. What makes you say that? Well, Urbanus, about 5 days before the accident, there was a maintenance crew performing maintenance on the ship, and they so container ships have exhaust dampers. If you ever look on a container ship, there's the main stack, and then there's like 4 pipes coming out the side, or a bunch of pipes kind of coming out the side that look like stacks from a semi truck. Those are from the diesel generators. Basically to I'm not sure whether the exhaust dampers like cool the exhaust or whether they slow down the airspeed or something. I'm not entirely sure. Long story short, you can close the exhaust pipe. And somebody closed the exhaust pipe on one of the generators when the engine was on. I don't know. Like, you could do that with a car. Like, if you've ever seen Beverly Hills Cop, you're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe, right? Like, we made that joke. I didn't really know if that's bad for, like, a marine-grade diesel generator. Yes, it is. There's people that work on those things in chat telling me that that's not good for it. It's about keeping the water out well underway. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, because you don't want water getting in there. That would be bad. So when a guy closed the exhaust damper while the engine was on, and that kills the engine. You're gonna get exhaust backflowing through the intake. That's bad. Yeah, it's not good for a car engine, but a car engine usually doesn't care, but a marine grade diesel generator is probably not good for it. And when they did that, it shorted out the entire thing and tripped the breakers. So that tells me that they fried something when that happened. Why would they be working on a live engine though? I don't know, man. Why'd they pull the coolant loops on an RBMK reactor with a graphite tip fuel rod assembly? I don't know, dude, because they're idiots. I don't know, dude. The NTSB report says basically, yeah, we haven't figured that out. We haven't figured that one out yet. I don't know, dude. That's a good question. I think that's the $5 million question at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the $5 million question. Oh boy. Let me guess, there are no logs. There is the voice data recorder, Jim, but the telemetry basically from the ship is attached to the electrical systems that shorted out. Oops. I'm going to work on the exhaust of my car with the engine running. Yep. And you know what the funny thing is here? This is the thread that Creation, a viewer in chat, actually linked here. It's funny that I'm looking through the comments. No one here, nobody read the report. Look at what some of these folks are saying. No one read this. No one read the report. Oh my God, but they're all weighing in on it. What the hell? What the hell's going on here? One of them even says, I would love to see the electrical distribution schematic for this vessel. Bro, the thread's about the NTSB report that has that in it. What? Bro. I'm gonna read that guy's bio. Hold on. Born during the Truman, Stalin, Churchill years. Trained by Admiral Rickover to use my eyes and ears and question what I see and hear. Yeah, I guess he didn't teach you how to read either. Guess he didn't teach that. Oh my God, this is enjoyable for me, guys. I don't know about you. This is enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes I do this not on stream. I just read through the comments and go, "What the actual frick is going on here?" Wait. Yeah, Fachi. You know what? Let's play a game. Let's play a game. How far do we have to go down before somebody thinks it's a conspiracy? All right. Up first. Oops. I'm sorry, it's funny to me. Am I a piece of crap that I think that's funny? Not the ship crashing and people getting hurt. I don't think that's funny. This comment is just, yep. All right. Yep. Yep. What was the maintenance of the electrical systems? I've been guessing electricals were the problem. Now I get to see if it was observable via maintenance. All right, that's fair. Go read the report. See? Didn't read the report. Didn't read it. Also didn't read the report. Also didn't read the report. There's that guy. We already talked about how fun that guy is. Didn't read the report. Oh, hey, Creation. What's up? That guy watches the stream. Well, Creation probably was reading the report with us, so he's cool. He's all right. Good question. Read the report. This is awesome. Oh my God, I have so much fun, dude. This is amusing to me. I'm sorry. Am I a piece of crap? Should I stop? Should I stop? It's really funny. How far do you have to scroll down for someone to read the report? I know that Creation read the report. Critical failure in the electrical system. Urgent need for better monitoring and redundancy in bridge link systems. Yeah, all right, that's fair. All right, that's fair. Update on the Baltimore Bridge Systems collapse. Ensuring reliability in steering systems is key. Yeah, all right, I could get down on that. That's fair. I don't know what that means. All right. Oh, I'm gonna keep guys. I'm gonna keep going. I'm putting the gas mask on. Let's keep going. Your enjoyment is our enjoyment. All right, cool. I don't think it was the fact that the breakers tripped that caused the incident. Rather, it was the way the crew responded with bringing those circuit breakers back online, which is incredible. What are you gonna do? Just shut them off and leave them off? And, oh yeah, it's fine. The breakers trip, guys. Don't turn them back on. It's good. Didn't read it. What the heck? What is this? Oh, dude. Weather guy linked this. I thought it was photoshopped. Oh, that poor bridge. Yeah, that was to get the span off of the ship. I thought it was photoshopped, dude. I was like, it's a meme. All right, that's to discover more, so. Didn't read the link. You're not wrong, dude. Oh my god. All right. That was a pretty funny space, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh no. This kind of sus. No, you're kind of sus, bro. Oh, that's awesome. Oh god, I love it. That makes me so happy. Yeah, JDG, the breaker strip. Oh my gosh, it took 30 seconds to reset them? Unacceptable. Fumador, I beat Manor Lords earlier today, dude, and I think I started to make the city so big that the game started crashing. I sent the bug reports in to Greg, so we'll see what happens. You should reply to each one. Didn't read the report. Nah, that's too much effort. I'm good. Someone should, but yeah. As a highly trained electrical engineer, I can confidently say that most electrical systems work better when you keep the magic smoke in. Well, yeah, of course. Shadow Man, you're not wrong. And it would be nice to use it to teach people about, like, education, like how the ships actually work, right? Not my circus, not my monkeys, dude. No. Yeah, Phoenix, that's kind of my MO. Yeah. I mean, I crashed Manor Lords harder than the ship crashed into... No, you know what? I'm not making that joke. I'm not making that joke. So, because the conclusion of the report is that the front fell off. Well, the front fell off of the bridge, not the ship. And the ship hasn't been removed from the environment. Neither has the bridge, to be honest with you. When storm works. Yeah. All right, guys. It's getting up to 9 o'clock. I want to go watch the Bruins choke for another period here. What about paper derivatives? Yeah, Christy, yes, yeah. Writing comments to people who don't read that they should read more. Yeah, that's not gonna, dude. You know that ain't gonna end well at all. Let's not do that. I want to see the Bruins lose again. Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah. They're up right now. Dude, they're gonna lose like 4-2. Watch. Calling it now. 0-25 when down 3-1 in the series doesn't look good. 4-2. Calling it now. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Let's go see who we can raid. Thanks for watching, dudes. Thanks for watching on the YouTube side of things. Got a couple dedicated people over on the YouTube side of things that are keeping that crappy ship afloat. So not hitting bridges. Thank you for watching over there. Twitch side of things. Thank you for watching as well. I'm gonna go watch the Bruins lose. Let's raid Italics. He's playing RimWorld. Italics is a good buddy of mine. Great streamer. Really good dude. Excellent RimWorld player. I don't know how he doesn't can play RimWorld and be completely cool with it, but go see what he's up to. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Hopefully with exhaust hangers, but probably not, because yeah, I got my Amazon package for parts to work on the truck today and the box was empty. So there's that. So, I gotta go deal with that problem now. Anyway, I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.